Grab your colors, let them shine. Stick by stick, we're crossing lines. A hug, a smile, it's all divine. This art of hope, it redefines. Come diamond paint with me tonight. Sparkling dreams in the soft moonlight. A hug, a friend, the hope ignites. Together we'll craft till the world feels right. Piece by piece the story grows.
Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a tutorial on how to make a wedding card or a prom card or an anniversary card. This is the card we're going to be making, and I've had 3 people ask me to do this video because they love this card and they'd like to make it. So I'm going to tell you the material you need first. Okay, you need a index card, you know, the 4x5.5. I think this is a 4x6 card. You need 1 index card. Alright. We need some cardstock paper. We either need whatever color you want the dress to be, and whatever color you want the suit to be. Now in my case, I want the suit to be black and I want the dress to be teal. So I've chosen these 2 cards. You want to cut these to 2 3/4 by 4. Alright, so 2 3/4 by 4 black, 2 3/4 by 4 teal. Alright, we are going to need 1 little tiny bow tie, which I had a die cut for this, if I could pick it up. Now if you don't have a die cut this small for a bow tie, what I want you to do is cut the corners of the card that was the color of the dress. Cut 2 triangles, cut 2 corners. You'll have 2 triangles like this, right? Take the triangles, turn them around, and now you'll have a bow tie. Alright? So, if you don't have the die cut for the bow tie, this little bow tie, cut 2 little tiny triangles, and that'll work just the same. These 2 triangles are big, but cut 2 small triangles and you'll have a bow tie. I cut and then cut another edge of the paper, another triangle. This is going to be the pocket on your bow tie, on your jacket, you'll see. I will show you how to do that. And then you want a piece of paper, 5.5 by 4 1/4, right? You want this piece of paper. This is going to be like our storyboard. This is where we're going to put it all together. You want this piece of paper to be the color of the person's skin. If they are Caucasian, you might you might want a white piece, but you know, I think that might be too white. Okay. If they're Latino, you want light brown. If they're African American, you want a darker brown, you know, whatever color. If you want something neutral, use gold. This is going to be the skin. Okay? Then I have my sentiment. You can put thinking of you, thank you, congratulations, whatever you want it to be. In this case, it's going to be this thinking of you. I'll put this right over here. You want this is going to be your base. You want a base card. You know what to do. cut it 5.5 by 5.5 by 4.25 for your base card. You just take an 8 by 10 piece of paper and cut it in half. You're going to need whichever way you like to work with your cards, whether it's glue, whether it's glue tape, or whether it's this real strong glue dot. If you're working with glitter paper, use glue dot. Use the strongest tape you have, or the strongest glue you have, okay? So we'll put this aside. We're going to need a 1-inch hole puncher. Okay, you're going to need a 1-inch hole puncher. And you're going to need a puncher that rounds the edges. Okay? So, now, let's get started. I hope I don't lose any of my little tiny pieces. Okay, so here we go. We're getting, oh, and then one more thing we need beads. You can get these at the dollar store. You can use pearls, right, for the necklace. Whatever you want the necklace to look like. And in this case, and you want black for the buttons. Or you could use teal. However you want to do that, but you need some razzle dazzle. Let me see what I got. I still have some black, so let me use black. I'm going to use black for the tuxedo, and I'm going to use the pearls for her necklace. But you could literally use anything. Anything you find at the dollar store. I'm going to use these two. Alright? Now let's get started. This is my canvas. This is my canvas. I'm going to round the edges of, I'm going to do two things here. I'm going to cut a waist and a neckline, and I'm going to round the edges of these two pieces of paper to look like shoulders. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. The first thing you want to do is you want to make a little small dot in the middle of your little pieces of paper here. Make a small dot. That's going to be your neck. If it's the woman's dress, okay, this is going to be her neck. And this is going to be her arms. And I'll bring it closer to you. This is going to be her neck, and this is going to be her arms. And when you cut it, you line up the dots in the middle and cut the circle half. You want a half circle. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to do just that. Both on the dress and on the tuxedo. And I'm going to round the edges for the shoulders. So let's go. Okay, there's your body of the female. And now we're going to do the male. We're going to round the edges to make it look like shoulders. Okay, and we're just going to put it on our work area. You want to line it up at the top. Remember, this is 4 1/4, so we can cut this a little on the end. But line it up at the top, okay? That's what I'm going to do here. Now, I am working with glitter paper. Now, glitter paper needs a strong glue type adhesive. So I use these glue dots. These are very strong. But if you're working with glitter paper, it's going to need more than just your tape, okay? You need something very strong. And this is glitter. So, and you know, it just has a harder time sticking is all. Alright? Okay, make sure that lines up nicely. You can already see that the tuxedo is starting to look like a tuxedo and the dress is starting to look like a dress. Now, you could cut the bottom. The reason I do it this way, I make this 4 1/4. I cut this quarter off because sometimes I don't get them lined up just perfectly. But now, at this point, you want to trim the bottom and the sides look good. So just trim the bottom of this, okay? So get your paper cutter. I'm going to take 1/4 off the bottom. I like to do it this way, Brenda. Because sometimes I can't get the suits to line up, you know? Now see, now that just ensures that, you know, it's perfect at the bottom, okay? And it's perfect at the top. Alright? Perfect. Let's continue. Now, let's make the shirt for the tuxedo. That's, it's not tricky, it's just interesting. Alright? You know that 4x6 card? This is where your tuxedo comes in. The shirt comes in. You just cut 2 inches by 2 inches. 2 inches. Alright, let's make it 2 by... Actually, I made a mistake here. Let's make it 1 inch. 1.5 inches, sorry. 1.5 inches by 2 inches, okay? 1.5 inches by 2 inches. Okay, here's your, this is what's going to be your shirt. Now, pull out your handy dandy pencil and make a line in the middle. About here. I'll make sure it's in the middle. Okay, because this is going to be his neckline. This is going to, oops, this is going to be his shirt. Come on down. Alright, make sure it's in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, that looks good. Now cut. We're going to cut another little triangle. Right, that's the neckline for the shirt. Okay, now make another circle in the middle here. Circle in the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut another triangle. Just eyeball it, doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, and we're going to cut that, okay? There you go. And that is his shirt. Let me show you. See? That's the shirt. Now you want to glue it so it looks right on the card and then cut the excess. Alright. Now this is glitter. So once again, either use glue or use the strong dot glue. I'm going to use glue. Now make sure you glue it on the side that you drew the circle. Wrote on. See? There's going to be a little bit of excess on the top, and we just snip that off. Snip, snip. That's your shirt. Now the only other thing, just cut a little tiny slither again. We just need a little bit for, let me show you. A tiny little we need it for the buttons on his shirt. We just need a little tiny strip. Perfect. That's going to be for the buttons on his shirt. Let's see. We need to cut that a little bit. There you go, beautiful souls. Now we want to glue it on there. Where is my glue? Here it is. Just a little tiny speck of glue. It's just a small detail, but it's a cool detail. I don't know. Is it necessary? I don't know. It's up to you. I think it is. Alright. Now, what did I do with the little bow tie? Now, remember, if you don't have a bow tie die cut, use 2 triangles. Cut 2 little corners. Cut 2 little corners off of here and use 2 triangles. I'm going to put his bow tie up there. Ready? With Now take your little buttons and start putting the little buttons on the shirt here. Oh wait, let me put the triangle. We cut a corner of a triangle from our paper here. We cut a corner. We're going to put it here for his pocket. Okay? With what? With a little tiny speck of glue. So he is basically finished, but except for the buttons. Use the biggest ones you can find. You really can't see it there, but see? Now these will dry clear, so don't worry about it. Alright? So basically the tuxedo is finished. See that? You just let the glue dry and he is all finished. Now we have to do Little Miss Thing here. All we gotta do is measure waist to waist. So I would say she needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's up to you whether you want to put glue or not. Just work side to side. And then that way, you know, if you do one side and then the other side, it'll ensure that the necklace is even. Is that not lovely? There you go. And we just have one more finishing touch before we put it on the base of our card. And what is that? Your sentiment. Now don't just use the glue sparingly, right? And just little tiny dots. Because it'll dry, it'll stay on there. When I first started, I was putting glue everywhere, right? Isn't that gorgeous? Now, what is our last but not least thing to do? Make our base card. it's all ready to put on your base. On top of this, and we'll be finished. Just like that. Okay? There you have it. And you could write in there. And you can have it different colors if you know the ethnicity of the person. You understand? You can make it, more personalized that way. And if you look at this one, I put purple buttons to match the purple dress. And here I just used black. So, there you have it. There's the tutorial on how to make an anniversary, prom, or wedding card. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.